Hello, beautiful people that are not, and welcome back to my channel. I have barely spoken today, and it's already like almost noon, so this is a little bit weird. Also looking like this because I'm not having a good time. I feel like I can't just be consistently good. Like, I'll have, you know, a good little period. I feel like the last time I was feeling super bad was like 2 or 3 months ago, and I got a couple months where things were not so bad. And yet, here we are. Things are not great again. And it's really frustrating because my life is great. I have so many good things going for me right now, I can't even begin to list them all out. And I think what's really kind of getting to me is I'm just in such a transitional period, and I have been for quite a while. It feels like I can never really get a break, but then also like, I don't know, it's confusing because I feel like every part of my life I've been waiting for the next step, and the next step has always been like so close. You know, in high school, I was waiting to graduate, and then once I graduated, I was waiting to graduate again. And I moved so often throughout that period, and then there were all these big trips that I was going on all the time, always waiting for the next big trip that was gonna be like so life-changing. Went to Korea 2 times, then I went through my breakup, and then I moved here. And it still hasn't been a year since I broke up with my ex, who traumatized me so deeply. So I never want to sit here and try to expect myself to be like 1000% in it, you know, 1000% good, because for 4 years of my life that relationship really fucked me up. And sometimes it's a year, sometimes it's less, sometimes it's longer to really recover from all of that. But I think it's less about that now and more so just about the fact that like I'm finally getting adjusted into this life, and I know that there's going to be more things that are changing. I know I'm gonna have career changes, and I know I'm gonna move again. Hopefully, probably get married and have kids at some point, and maybe get a pet. I don't know, maybe get a new car, which like those things, they're big, but they're smaller in the grand scheme of life. But still, like there's so many things that I know are gonna occur. And for like a split second, about like last month or January, somewhere around there, I was like, my life has been very stable recently, and I didn't know what to do with this stability, and just being like, this is how it's gonna be for a while. So it puts me in a weird spot because I'm not really comfortable with stability and, you know, not having something to expect, because that's all I've known my whole life. And it's kind of comforting to know that like there's a big change always around the corner, and that you kind of don't know what it's ever really gonna be, but also that's terrifying and gives me a lot of anxiety, quite frankly. So I don't know, I think I'm just in not the best state right now, and I can't really pinpoint exactly why. There's no one event that's really doing it for me right now, but also like there are a lot of things that aren't doing it to me right now. Like my life, again, I feel like is so good, and I am so proud of how far I've come, and I feel like good in my own skin. I'm proud of myself. I feel happy in a way, but also I'm just having that general like, what is the point? What am I doing this for? What does anything amount to? So yeah, it's really getting to me. It really is. And I want to, you know, not be like this, because I feel like in my head I'm always trying to step away from this. I'm always trying to not be this person, because I feel like it disappoints everyone around me. It disappoints myself for sure every time I get back to a point where I'm in this kind of headspace and life just doesn't really give me that much enjoyment. I'm like, this is the bad state, you know, like this is not what we want to be in. We don't want to be in the depression, of course. Who would want to be in the depression? But also I think I have a habit of kind of like punishing myself every time I'm depressed, and it makes my depression worse. It's kind of an oxymoron, because it's like I want to get to a point to where I'm not punishing myself anymore so that it doesn't make my depression worse, but then isn't that me just trying to get rid of the depression? Like, I think that I just have to tell myself a lot of times that it's not for anyone else. I'm not like trying to not be depressed to make other people comfortable or to be socially acceptable or anything, because honestly when I get like this, other people's feelings do not fucking matter. Like, it is not my responsibility to worry about what my emotional state does to other people. I think that obviously I need to be most concerned about how I'm feeling, and obviously I want myself to be happy. That is one of my biggest values in my life. That's all I want, is for me to actually find some kind of enjoyment in my life. And I don't really know what I'm searching for. I feel like the more I just accept myself, even if part of myself is just this lower energy, more depressed state. That's what I really need, and in like a very odd way that will make me happier, like accepting that I can be a sad person sometimes, and just in general unsatisfied person sometimes. That will make me happier in the long run, knowing that I'm gonna have times where I'm like this, and knowing that it will go away, and that overall I am very satisfied with my life and how far I've come. That would be the greatest accomplishment, if I could just stop beating myself up. Anyways, that was a long kind of intro, but just wanted to kind of preface where I'm coming from and what's going on. And I've been knowing that this is kind of coming on for a while, but I think it's been like the worst during the last week. It's always like very much a linear progression. Like I still have my days where I'm like really happy amidst my depression state, but overall I could tell this was coming on like a month ago, and then it just kind of kept dropping lower and lower. But I would say that the last week has been like actually where it got bad, where I like didn't want to get out of bed at all, where I didn't want to talk to people, and I've been knowing that I really don't want to be alone, but also I need sometimes myself. Like I can't handle people right now. So this is kind of my middle ground. Like I said, I've been coming on this for like the past week or two. I've been really needing some time to myself, but also I get really scared when I'm in this headspace to be alone, because I'm nervous about what my thoughts will go to when I'm just with myself. And my compromise for that is to talk to a camera and feel like I am not wholeheartedly alone, but I am alone. I can cut out whatever I want if I say something I don't like or act a certain way, but at the same time I'm still kind of with someone else in my head in a way. I still have an audience per se. Don't want to say it like that, but it holds me more accountable to not fully slip into bad things, but also like allows me to feel how I want to feel. I don't know if this is making any sense, but I took off of work today. It's a Tuesday. I can't remember the last time I did this. I've definitely taken off like a couple, maybe one or two like self-care days here and there, but I've never taken off one because I was like this depressed. And I'm not working from home today. I'm taking PTO. I cannot. And I just made a list of all the stuff that I want to do, which may or may not be helpful, and who knows if I'm going to actually muster up the energy to do any of it, because I keep thinking, I'm like, I want to go on a run, or at least go outside, like go on a walk. I need to get some kind of movement in, and like it makes me want to throw up. I can't actually imagine doing it. But then I think about all the other stuff that I want to do, and it's the same thing. It's like I want to do this, but when I actually think about physically getting up and going do it, I can't. My body won't let me. I haven't even brushed my teeth or washed my face or anything. It's like I said, almost noon. I literally woke up this morning and almost immediately just started crying. So I was like, no, like I don't have the energy to do anything. But at the same time, like I can feel this pull to do random things. I feel like one of my biggest things, if you guys have ever noticed a pattern when I'm talking about when I'm in like a down state, it's usually when I am behind on a bunch of different things, which is weird because I am on track for pretty much everything right now. The only thing is I'm not doing great on my videos, and I think that might be a really big factor for me right now, because you know, your dreams, your vision in life, that's a big thing for your happiness. You need to have something you're working towards, and I think sometimes YouTube just takes a back burner, and that's the last thing that I need to happen, because that is my vision, that is my goal in life, that is my driving force. And if I lose that driving force, then I essentially have nothing, which is also why I'm filming right now too. Like I said, kind of hold me accountable and to have someone like with me in a sense, but also to make sure that I am doing something to move me forward in my goals, even if it's something small, even if it's just a fucking 30-minute rant session to my camera. I know that it's useful. But I have a bunch of other things that I want to do for YouTube. I'm definitely gonna film a video today because I have not filmed besides this, like an actual video, in a hot minute, and I didn't post last weekend, or honestly the weekend before. Like I've just been not up to date on my videos. It's been like 3 or 4 weeks since I've been consistent with videos. So yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do first. I think honestly, as much as in my brain this is not like the sequencing of how I feel like I should do things, I know that when I'm in this state, the best thing for me always is to take a shower and get ready. I hate it because it's like 50% of the time take a shower, get ready, and it completely changes my day. And the other 50% of the time I shower, and then when I get out of the shower, I don't have the energy to brush my hair or brush my teeth or do anything. So then I just like have wet hair, and I just end up going and laying back in bed after that, and usually like fall asleep, take a nap. And it still completely shifts the day, but in a more negative direction. Like taking a shower for me is the defining moment of if the day is gonna turn around or not. And I think today I just have to force it to be the thing that makes my day better. I have to shower, and I have to commit to actually blow drying and straightening my hair, putting on makeup, getting ready for the day, even though it almost feels like the last thing I want to do right now, because I kind of just want to be a trash human and die essentially. And like I said, part of me wants to work out, and I know that if I shower, I'm definitely not gonna work out after. And I know that I need to eat because I haven't eaten today, and I might get hungry in the middle of doing all of that, and it's gonna throw off all the sequencing. But like I said, it's a step, and if I do it, I will feel accomplished in a way, and it will change the course of my day. I just have to look pretty, and I'm gonna be fine. So let's do it. Okay, some of the harder parts are done. Now it's just the hair. And if I can get through the hair, I'm good. Gonna unpack my sleepover bag because I was at Kyle's last night, and no, I'm not pulling myself away from finishing my hair. I swear I'm gonna finish. I just want this unpacked first. Also, I got my library card, and I checked out a couple books, and one of them is on suicide, which is actually really, really good so far, and I'm very much enjoying reading it. Okay, my makeup, this is mainly what I want out, and also my straightener. Oh, and my earrings. Most of this stuff stays in because I have two of a lot of things that I use on a day-to-day basis, so that I don't have to repack over and over again. So this is all good to go. I can put this away, which by the way, I did a lot of things to my apartment. We finally have a calendar up here, plus this entryway closet is clean. Doesn't look like it 100%, but it is. And then we got this little bookshelf set up. I'm gonna be putting all of that in my apartment diaries video, but I figured I would give you guys a little sneak peek because it is gonna be a minute until I'm finished with that and it's uploaded, but I am making progress, I swear. Actually, I had a little burst of motivation, so we're gonna run with it because this is a good sign. Actually, this is where I know things are going well. I'll finish my hair as it's like naturally drying, but first I do want to order a few things. It's probably gonna hurt just like a tiny bit because one of my main things that's really like getting me down right now is my money. I've never been in a more stressful financial position in my life, at least not when I'm like aware of it. I think I have been maybe before, but I haven't really had the conceptualization of money yet to know what was going on. But I do need a few things. I'm probably gonna cook dinner tomorrow because I have claimed Wednesday as my day to cook for me and my boyfriend. I also want to cook right now because I'm getting hungry. I know I predicted that, but I was like, no, it's not gonna bother me that much because I'm depressed. I tend to do that a lot, like when I am starting to get depressed. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna eat because I'm depressed, and I know that's gonna be a thing, but then I don't know if I've just developed better like coping skills for myself, or if I've just, I don't know why, because I used to, you know, not eat when I was depressed, which yes, I know is not healthy, but the bad part of my brain kind of obviously wants to go back to that sometimes. But at the end of the day, I just like, I can't do it. And that's like a good thing, I think. Just like I can't really stay in bed more than like a couple of hours. Like I thought I wasn't gonna get the energy to get out of bed at all today, but then something just like comes over me. So I think I either, like I said, I have healthier coping mechanisms, or like I've learned how to survive, like maybe it's survival skills, or maybe I'm not as depressed as I used to be. I don't know. It usually feels like it's worse than it used to be most days. I don't know. The point is that I cannot do the super unhealthy things for very long, and that's a positive thing. So I'm gonna make myself food because I'm hungry and I want to eat now. And I'm gonna make a Walmart delivery order also while I'm doing this, so I can get groceries for tomorrow and a few things that I'm missing around the apartment. Things are not going how I planned them to. I just know I was overcompensating by trying to do all these crazy things. I knew it was gonna be like a depression day, and still I was like, let me try to fix it. You know, I see the flaws in my thinking, but also I don't know what to do. I keep feeling like I just need to like cry for a full day, and I never can. Like, don't get me wrong, I do cry a lot, but like I never feel like I'm fully releasing. So I don't know. I don't even know what else I was gonna do. I came to my computer being like, let me just finish these last few things that I need to do, and then I'll just let myself relax. But like, what even is there to do? I don't know. My OneDrive storage is still full, and I've cleared out everything. So that's where I'm at. But yeah, I ate my lunch, and then I ended up doom scrolling for like 2 hours, took a 20-minute nap, ended up doom scrolling some more, and then I just got up and I wanted to at least pick up my bathroom like a little bit. Started another load of laundry because I have so much backed up, and I haven't folded this laundry on the bed, but probably just gonna fold all of it in one go. Yeah, I wanted to do some other stuff. I want to film. I don't know if I'm gonna end up filming today, because now I just feel like, I don't know, it just doesn't feel like something I can manage right now. I feel like I'm being dumb. I don't know, like I don't wanna just do nothing with my day. Like I really don't. I feel like I just wasted a day of PTO. And I mean, it's only like 3:30, but I don't know, I feel like I'm doing something wrong in my life. Like I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me. There's nothing wrong. Like nothing is going on. It's not like I'm not happy right now, like I am in a way. It's just like this ultimate vision for my life, what I want to be. Like I want to be a YouTuber, and I want to, you know, like have money and have impact, and it's hard for me to see that happening. I just don't feel like I'm doing enough as I am right now. Like I don't feel like I'm interesting enough of a person, or I'm good enough as a person. I don't know. My worth, when I think about like my job and my relationship, definitely I still have my moments where I want to be doing more, and maybe I don't feel like I'm good enough, but I feel like I've accepted that like I'm a good girlfriend, I'm a good person, I'm a good worker. But with content creation, it's not that I don't think I'm good at it. Like I do think that I'm good at it in a way, but I just don't feel like I'm doing enough, and it's really killing me. So I feel like content creation is definitely a harder part of my life right now, and it's probably just because I'm not really seeing any growth again. And of course I go into that thought process of like, why would I see growth when I'm not doing anything good enough? And it just, your worth is so determined by your numbers and by the feedback you receive. And I mean, I'm such a feedback person. I need feedback all the time. Big spiral right now, but I think when I really think about it, it really is the content creation and like the vision for my future, because I feel like everything's gonna fall into place. Like I feel like a lot of the other stuff that I've talked about wanting before in my life, you know, being married, having kids, having the dream house, dream apartment, whatever. Like this apartment is everything I've ever wanted. I'm almost 100% done with it at this point, and I don't really know what else to do once I've completed my apartment. And when it comes to like getting married and having kids, like I said, I know that'll happen one day for me. And everything with my job is just a matter of, I don't want to work. I want to have YouTube as my full-time job. I'm also not where I want to be like physical wise. Like I definitely have some more things I need to work on for fitness and for my health. Like I do wish I was eating a bit better and feeling a bit better, and that my body looked a little bit better. I wish I was as athletic as I used to be, but that's not like my era right now. So I don't know. I don't like, I don't know what my answers are right now. I feel like today I'm just down, clearly. And I mean, I've gotten a good bit done. I mean, I've taken care of myself as much as I, you know, feel like I didn't do enough. I still did, and there's still a good bit of the day left. I still believe I'm going to at least film a few things, and you know, maybe I'll edit a little bit. I always say that, I never do, but we'll see. But yeah, kind of what I said from the beginning of the day, like I can't try to force myself to be something different than what I am. I know that sometimes I feel like I do want to power through, and then sometimes I feel like I just want to succumb to it. And today kind of just felt like one of those days I wanted to succumb to it, but then I felt guilty for it. So then I kind of backtracked, and then I don't know, it became a whole thing. You know what I mean? I think I just kind of have to let it go today. I mean, where I'm at is fine. I have a lot of goals that I want to accomplish in my life, but seeing how far I've come in the last year and how much certain elements of my life have really improved, I know that everything else is going to come with time. I just need to be patient, and I do need to work a little bit, but I don't have to like kill myself over it. So yeah, we'll see how the rest of this day plays out. I'm probably just gonna take it easy for a little bit, play some games. I don't know what I'm gonna play yet, but I'm kind of like looking at a bunch of different ones and be like, oh, you know, that doesn't sound too bad. And then I'll probably just talk to my mom for a bit. I'll make some dinner. It'll be a good night. It just won't be a super productive night, and that's okay. I think I've needed this. As much as I hate admitting it, because I never want to take a day off. I think I needed a day off. See how it goes. Okay guys, so I don't hate my entire life now. I will admit I ate an entire bag of those True Fruit chocolate covered strawberries, so I may just be on a sugar high. That does happen, which I think might be adding to my problems because the sugar crash I have is horrible after I eat so much of it like this. But right now I'm feeling pretty good because I did just film a video. I did. Plus on top of that, I filmed this one. So I have my next 2 videos filmed. They might not be edited, but that's okay because even though I talk about hating editing all the time and that filming is a little bit more fun for me, for some reason I'm not filming right now, so the editing will not be the end of the world at this point. I do think I want to edit a little clip on my phone because it's actually only 8:30. Look at that. I started filming at like 8, so 30-minute filming session. I do need to be asleep before 9:30, so if I can just really quickly do my skincare, brush my teeth, all of that, settle into bed, I can hopefully, actually probably not because my phone's at 1% and I don't know, maybe, we'll see. But I could edit this video real quick and read a chapter of my book and be asleep before 9:30. I think I'm having a lot of self-discovery. I don't know if it's been obvious, but how much I've been yapping and just thinking about different elements of my life. I think I mentioned this earlier, but I realize now that this is just like a chronic thing with me. I will have my highs and I will have my lows, and certain days I will not be able to push through it, and that's okay. Some days I will be able to push through it, and that's also okay. But I shouldn't expect every day for me to be able to push through it. I think, kind of like I said, like my shower is like my turning point. I think rather than expecting it to be like a make or break moment for me, that should be my indication on if I can go through the day or not. I think because I ended up, you know, on my couch and I fell asleep, I think that that was a pretty good indication that maybe today like wasn't my day. And even though it wasn't my day, that doesn't mean I can't do anything productive if I feel like it. Like I can do what I'm feeling up to, but there is no reason to make this whole to-do list and say, these are all the things I'm gonna get done today. I should just let myself go with the flow. And I think days like this happen so infrequently that I really should just let myself have it. Even if, you know, I'm like, I haven't filmed the video in like 3 weeks, or I haven't edited, or I haven't cleaned this thing. Like if I have all these to-do lists, things that are stuck in my head, if I am feeling completely useless and like I cannot muster up the energy to do anything at all, then I should let myself, and everything can get pushed to the next day if I feel better next day, which I usually do. I do have depression, so there are probably more times than usual where I don't feel like I have the energy to do something. But I have to remind myself when I do let myself have these days, I usually bounce back pretty quickly. I feel like because I let myself relax for a lot today, I have come back, and yes, I still know that I could crash at any moment and that I might be like a little bit sad when I'm going to sleep, but my thoughts are not as horrible as they were this morning, and that's a win. Sometimes it really is survival mode. It might not look like that to people who are in a tougher position, like might not look like I'm in survival mode, but I do want to give like a little bit of a cheesy, hopeful message. Like if you are really going through something and it's like weeks, months, years where you feel like you're never really able to push through, I have been there many more times than you think. My anxiety and my depression when I was growing up, when I was a teenager, was so bad. I could barely handle speaking to a singular person. I would have anxiety attacks every single time I left my house. During summer break, I really would not leave my room like at all. When I went into college, I skipped so many classes. I was basically failing out of every single thing. I had to transfer back home because I couldn't handle living by myself. I would eat maybe 1 meal a day. I wouldn't leave my dorm. In my last 4-year relationship, I spent almost every day thinking about how much I didn't want to live the life I was living and how there was no point of existing. I have been in the deepest, darkest parts as well, and it has been with a lot of therapy, at a certain point medication, but most importantly just doing a lot of research and really taking the time to understand myself and understand what I need, and to put aside a lot of what I have been told I'm supposed to feel and how other people feel about my emotions, just completely looking inward. And sometimes looking inward shows you some very scary things, and sometimes you don't want to listen to yourself because you don't trust yourself and you don't like yourself. But at the end of the day, you'll see that you're still living your life, you're still doing so many things because you do want happiness, you do want the best for yourself. Sometimes it just feels too hard, and sometimes life just feels too exhausting, too mean, but there is light at the end of every tunnel. Everything that is good in my life, at some point I felt like I would never see the day where I was happy. I still have my problems, and I know that one day those problems will be fixed as well. Whatever you're going through, if you're in the world's worst relationship, if you're in a toxic household, if you have some kind of addiction, if you've lost someone, so many different situations that make you feel like there is no hope left, there will be a situation, there will be a day where you feel like something has clicked and things feel just a little bit better. It doesn't have to mean that every single thing is fixed, but there is always hope, there's always good in the world. And if right now you maybe can't see it, that is 100% okay. Just know that there are people in the world who understand what you're going through and are right there with you. I hope you guys all enjoyed this video. I know it might be a little bit of a weird one coming from me, but to be quite honest, this is my reality. A good bit of days. I know I said that this is infrequent, but a lot of the times when I am not filming as much, when I'm not posting as much, this is kind of how my days are going. I might have this little burst of energy, as I have had today, that comes up like at the end of the day or just like randomly for an hour or two throughout the day. But a lot of the time I do feel like I have like a 10-pound weight I'm dragging around. Sometimes I go through my days and I just do things. I don't really think about it too much. Other days, even the simplest movement, like even moving my hand like that, like I'm aware of it. Like I feel it and it feels like a task. And when every single thing you're doing feels like a checklist item, it gets tiring. So yeah, I'm doing my best to try and recover, but also doing my best to acknowledge that this is who I am and that I am worth it, even though I do have days like this. And it's not the end of the world. I don't have to make myself worse, essentially, by beating myself up when I have a day like this. It's okay, and I'll get through it. And I hope that I can confidently say tomorrow will be better. I think it will at least be 0.001% better, but I also know that some days I just wake up and it's a little bit harder. If that happens to be the case tomorrow, then I'll deal with it as it comes up. So if you guys did enjoy this video, please go ahead and leave a like, and if there's anything that you're relating to, if there's anything you want to talk about, be sure to leave a comment, or you can always DM me on Instagram. Hopefully I can help you guys out a little bit, but otherwise, if you are feeling generous too, please subscribe. It does help out my channel a lot, and I'm really trying to grow. I can live a bit closer to my dream life. I do hope to see you guys all in the next video, but if not, bye.